Crafts in the Park, brought to you virtually from Florence Peterson Park. My name is Jasmin and I am the Summer Program Coordinator at the Whistler Museum. We bring you Crafts in the Park in partnership with the Whistler Public Library. Each week we will be posting a craft video that includes some insight into Whistler's history. A list of craft supplies will be posted before each video. You can also register with the library to receive a craft package with all of the supplies you'll need for each week.
Thank you for joining us today for this week's craft, where we'll be making gondolas. Before we begin, the Whistler Museum would like to share some facts about gondolas in Whistler's history. In 1960, the Garibaldi Lift Company was formed, led by Franz Wilhelmsen, who was very excited about Whistler's potential as a ski hill. The company began the development of Whistler Mountain, known as London Mountain at the time, in 1965, and that included Whistler's first gondola. At the time, many lifts around the world had to be stopped to load and unload passengers, but a Swiss engineer named Gerard Müller, the man later in charge of the first lifts on Whistler, had come up with a way to design lifts so instead of stopping, they would only slow down to pick up passengers. This allowed for the creation of the four-person gondola in Whistler. While designing the gondola on Whistler Mountain, Gerard Müller had to keep the warm spring temperature and the wet weather in mind. So he designed it to fit 4 people and have a roof to protect skiers from getting soaked on their ride up the mountain. They went with the design and Whistler's first gondola was made. Though many changes have been made to the lifts on Whistler and more have been added, the first lifts will always be the ones that helped Whistler develop and grow at the very beginning. Now let's move on and make our gondolas. First, cut along the lines of the gondola printout and punch the holes for the pipe cleaners to fit through. Punch 2 more holes in the outline of the windows so you can cut them out easier. If you prefer, you can also color them in instead of cutting them out. Next, if you choose to, cut out the windows. This part is a little tricky, so you might need a little help. Color your gondola in and add anything else you'd like. Then, fold the paper along the dotted lines. Make sure that the black lines are on the inside when you fold the cube together. Use your glue or tape to stick the folded flaps of paper together. If you're using glue, you may have to hold them together until the glue dries. Thread the pipe cleaner through the 2 holes and twist them together at the top. You can also use string for this part. Use the string as the lift cable by tying the 2 ends to 2 sturdy objects and hooking the gondolas on. And you're done! Now you have your very own operating gondola. Thank you for joining us this summer for Crafts in the Park. Since this is our last week, we hope you have enjoyed all the crafts so far this year.